Borshal Shnei Shutafin. So let's say there's a pit that's owned by two people. Two people help dig it. Avar Lav Harishon V'lo Chisahu. The first one passed by it and he didn't cover it up. He didn't put the cover on the pit, so it's open now. And then V'hasheni Lo Chisahu. And then the second one passed over and he didn't cover it up. Hasheni Chayav. So the second one is responsible because he was the one who was supposed to cover it up properly. He was the one who left it. So therefore, he's the one who's responsible. Kisaha Rishon, let's say the first one did cover it up. Uva Hasheni Umatzah Megula, and the second one came and he found that it was uncovered, Velo Kiso, and he didn't cover it up, so Hasheni Chayav. So the second one also, in that case, is responsible. How did it happen? If the first one covered it, how did it get uncovered? So it could be that there was the cover rotted, or it was a ruach sheina matsuya. There was an unusually strong wind that was able to undo the cover. Something happened that was an ones. Something strange happened. But the second one is chayav for not covering it when he has the chance. Kiso karoi v'nafal asocho shor or chamor v'meis. Let's say somebody covered it properly, and then an ox or a donkey fell into it and died. Patur. So then he's exempt because since he covered it properly and something happened that was an irregular, an ones, something strange happened that was not regular to make it uncovered, so then he's exempt. Loki so karoi, however, if he didn't cover it properly, so then he's responsible to pay since he did not cover it properly. Nafal afan of mikol hakriya. Now, if the animal fell into the pit forward because of the sound of the digging, there was scary noises, there was crashing noise, and it scared the animal and it fell in. Chayav, and he's responsible. La'acharav mikol hakriya patur. If the animal fell backwards because of the sound of the digging, so then he's exempt. Meaning it didn't fall into the pit; it fell somewhere else. Based on the sound that was happening in the pit. That's called grama. It's cause effect. It's not a direct damage. That's something, it's indirect, and therefore you're not chayav for indirect, it's just the noise pollution, the noise damage is not enough to make him chayav. Nafal asocho shor v'chelav v'nishtabru. Let's say the animal fell in, and he was also, there were things on the animal. The animal had a pack. The animal had was wearing a saddle, whatever it was, and those things got broken. Chamor v'chelav v'niskaru, or the donkey and its stuff, and it got ripped. Chayav al behema patur al kelim. So you're responsible for the animal, but you're exempt on the kelim. The Torah only tells us that one is responsible for the animal itself. Nafal asocho shor chera shota v'katan. Let's say you had a deaf shore, or a shore that sort of a crazy shore, a shore that would behave erratically, or a small baby animal. So then chayav, you're responsible to pay for the animal if it falls into the pit. Now, it seems to give the implication that if a regular ox falls into the pit, you're not chayav. So how do we understand that? We've been talking all this time about that the regular ox you are chayav. The Gemara asked that question, and his first assumption is no, it just means to tell you that you might have thought that, for these, because they're so careless, that's a minor or deaf or whatever, maybe you wouldn't be responsible because it's not your fault that they don't know how to walk, they fell in. But a regular ox, so you would be responsible for. And the Gemara says, no. In the end, it says that a regular ox, we assume that it doesn't fall into pits. Meaning a regular ox is able to looks where it's going. It looks where it's going, so it doesn't fall into the pit and doesn't hurt itself. And the question is, why doesn't a man do that? So the man, we assume, look, the man's walking upright. He's not looking down. The ox, its head is down. It looks at the ground, so therefore it sees what's going on. Others assume that, people are they're worried about their own concerns. The animal's concerns are, what's on the ground, the food in front of it and whatever. We're all concerned about this and that. We might fall into a pit and die. We're not looking where we're going. We're not thinking about what we're doing. But the animal, the assumption is. So how do we have these other cases where the animal is chayav? Because the animal should be looking. So how does it fall into the pit and die? So at night. And at night, we don't expect the animal to know where it's going. And then you are responsible for your pit. Okay. Bein obas evro ama patur. If a little child, little boy or girl, falls into the pit, or you have your non-Jewish slave or maidservant that falls in, so the Baal Bor is exempt, because it says shor velo adam. It's ox, even though, meaning it's really all people. It's not just these, but it's telling you in all cases. Meaning even in the case of a little child or you made property, you might think you have to pay for it. No, all these cases it says shor and not adam.